Welcome back, everybody, to Bayou Time. Coming up on April 21st, the Bonne Terre Festival for Maria Imaccolata Church and School, and we have some good folks here to talk about that. Immediately to my left, we have Emily Collins, who's a fourth grade teacher and the school alumni chair. Father Joey Pilola, the pastor of Maria Imaccolata Church and School. Mr. Chad Adams, the food, entertainment, and social media chair. And Guy Carter, who is the co-chair of the event. Welcome to all of y'all. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Guy, let's start off with you being the co-chair. Talk a bit about the festival itself, its birth, how long it's been around, and what it does for Maria Imaccolata.
Well, that's fairly easy to say. This is the first year. The birth is very, very, very new. Basically, we were approached with an idea from Father Joey to put this festival on, and we got the blessing from our beloved bishop there, and we just put a team together and ran with it. And very surprised to see what we've accomplished in the short amount of time that we were able to get this done. Going on what now, maybe 3 months? We're looking at right at 3 months of putting this festival together. The festival's obviously grown into a lot bigger event than what we really anticipated to put together, but it's definitely going to be a good one. We're looking forward to that.
Now, Father, years ago down here in this area, we're very, very well known for church and school, mammoth 3-4 day festivals.
Right, yeah.
That all went away for a few years, but now with Bishop Fobb, things are moving, not to the elaborate sense that it was before, but knowing that, especially in this economy, the schools and churches need more cash, and having these festivals really does help out everybody involved.
Yes, and Bishop Fobb is still looking at an official policy towards festivals and that kind of thing. But once again, he sees the need. And every bishop since Bishop Boudreaux has been besieged by this question about bringing back church fairs, because a lot of people see that it isn't just a fundraiser. It's a way for the parish to pull together. It's a lot of fun for the community. I was really surprised at how much excitement has been generated by our announcement of La Bonne Terre Festival. But from the workers, the involvement, we could always use more volunteers now. But people are excited about having a festival back in Houma again. So we are very pleased that the people pulled together so far and the excitement that it's generated. We've got lots of volunteers. We've got some great bands coming in. Well, you know, the famous Cajun saying, laissez le bon temps rouler, you know, the people are looking for a good time too, a good family fun time, and I think we can provide them for that as well.
Now, Chad, you're handling the food and entertainment and social media, and of course, this being South Louisiana, the most important of all that is the food.
Absolutely. And we'll have a ton of it. We are using an original recipe from Lagniappe on the Bayou. I'm from Chauvin originally, and we're going to be using the Pop Rouge recipe from down there. So we're very excited about that. We'll have blackberry dumplings made by some of our parishioners, a bunch of stuff, jambalaya, alligator sauce piquant, the whole gamut, festival burgers, everything. So we're very excited.
And of course, entertainment, almost any event now, I don't care what kind of event it is, you have entertainment, and we have some very good performers in this area. Talk about who's going to be there.
Absolutely. And look, the great thing about this is the excitement is everywhere, and all of these entertainers have donated their time and their talent to us. So first we'll have James Jeg and the Cajun Boys. They're a Cajun band, and they'll be opening up our festival while we're serving a Cajun breakfast of shrimp and grits. And then after that, we'll move on to Rochambeau, which is a variety band, very popular in this area. Then the Gordon Bradbury Band from La Rose will take the stage, and we'll close the night out with the Blue Eyed Soul Review.
That's a fantastic lineup.
Yeah, we're very excited about it.
That really is good. Now, in this day and age, especially when you're talking about what Guy was saying, y'all just pulling this together in the last 3 months, and I know from working on a lot of different things, it takes a lot of work to put these things on.
A lot of time.
Now, Talk about what you've had to do with social media when it comes to promoting the event.
Absolutely. Well, we teamed up with our school. Our school has a Facebook page that is pretty active. We've created a new Facebook page for the Bonne Terre Festival. We have email blasts and all that stuff. So we're working a lot with Facebook and with Instagram to kind of get the word out about all the different vendors that we have in our arts and craft booth, the bands that we'll have, the food, all of that stuff. So we're really trying to, it's a very powerful tool, and we're trying to utilize that the best way that we can.
Now, Emily, I think it's very interesting with the fact that y'all are really working hard with what you're doing to reach out to alumni. You hear so much about alumni on a high school level or on a college level, but not at a grade school level. Talk about that.
No, not so much at grade school levels, but I know being on the alumni board, I've served on the alumni board for my high school, but we really want to get people from the area. We know they're still here. You don't really hear about, oh, where'd you go to elementary school? It's all about where'd you go to high school. But I know that there's people in the area that would love to help out, love to donate time, monetary donations, volunteer, and come help their elementary schools. So I've started, along with our school Facebook page, I've started an alumni Facebook page for Maria Imaccolata. It's kind of slow starting, but trying to get everyone to reach out, but I think it's really going to help in having people come and be able to give back to the Blue Jays. We're also going to have an alumni tent at the festival where we'll have some prizes to give away for people to, if anyone comes and visits, they can get some little goodies. They can come hang out, kind of just get away from the madness of the festival. But we'll also have some things there for anyone who comes in and shows up and gives us some of their contact info. They'll be able to put in a drawing for a prize. So hopefully this helps not only for the festival, but in the future. We do so many events at school, and we'd love to see some old familiar faces come and join us.
You talked about using the Facebook page to reach out and try to find alumni. What other resources did you have to try to go back? Because, obviously with a high school, you can go back and look at a yearbook and see everything there. Talk about some of the things you had to tap into to find information.
Well, we're currently working on that. We have old yearbooks. I personally don't have many friends who went to Maria Imaccolata. I'm from Thibodaux. So I'm trying to tap into people who I know who know alumni, getting them to help out. I'm going to go through some old yearbooks to see if I can, realize, oh, hey, maybe I do know people from Maria Imaccolata, and just see if we can reach out. Kind of word of mouth really is what's going to take us there at this point. Hopefully we get some feedback at the festival, and that can help us tap into other people. It's kind of new what we're doing, so hopefully it grows.
That's pretty good, though. The Bonne Terre Festival is coming up Saturday, April 21st. It's from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 in the evening. Father, let's go back to you and talk about what you mentioned about over the past few years, since they did away with the fairs and festivals, whatever. And I guess if they would have had a donation to the diocese for every time whatever bishop was in place was asked about it, you maybe didn't have to have this festival. They were so big then. You being down here now, what have you heard about the previous ones? Because I think you brought up a very valid point earlier in the fact that every one, in my remembrance of these, was about much more than just raising money, but it was about the church or the school community.
Well, I had the opportunity to talk to Bishop Boudreaux personally as to why he was canceling the church fairs. And his primary concern as the first bishop of our diocese was that our people were learning the proper principle of church stewardship. And I brought in the fact, I didn't go to him to argue. I just said, Bishop, if I'm going to support this, I need to know where you're coming from. And he said, he wanted to make sure that our people understood that supporting your church is supporting your church, as opposed to buying food or tickets or that kind of thing. And I said, Bishop, what about the community aspect? What about the people coming together, working together for a common cause, about having a lot of fun and that kind of thing? And he says, I have nothing against that. And he says, but hopefully we can have other circumstances that we can bring our people together. And I've been in many parishes, about a third of the parishes of our diocese, which is about 13. And we put on different events. We put on family days and so on and so forth, parish founding days, but it never generated the kind of excitement that a parish fair would bring in, people pulling together and that kind of thing. So hopefully, as Bishop Fobb reconsiders the whole policy, we'll bring back that old flavor of the excitement of parish life, pulling together for common cause, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think your sentiments, what you're talking about, I think, I won't say a majority, but I know that most of the folks that I know would be all for doing that again, because I think the community aspect, I still know people to this day from working at fairs and volunteering at fairs or going to fairs when I was a kid and a teenager, whatever, because it's just later on in life you see them and all of a sudden, hey, I remember you.
I remember how big Lagniappe on the Bayou got.
Yes.
I mean, people were flying in from France because of the local festival. Like, oh my goodness. I didn't realize that. I think part of it is the revival of the Cajun culture. And even though I'm definitely not from down here, I love the Cajun people. I love the Cajun culture. And anything that we can do to encourage that again, to encourage its growth and to say that we're still here. Cajuns are still here. I love the idea.
Guy, as the co-chair of this event, it's, there's 4 of you out here, but I know how many people have to be behind the scenes with all the stuff that you do to this, because anything that you put on like this, it takes a lot of people to get it done.
That is correct. Yeah, we've, like I said, in the short amount of time that we've had to put this festival together, it's a sheer amazement of how we've got it done. I think a testament is just like you said with Chad, with his experience with Lagniappe on the Bayou, and just the group of people that we were able to put together. It truly is just meshed well. Everybody we put an A-team together, and we just hit the road running, and it just worked out. And I mean, there's a lot of wheels spinning, and it's all coming together on April 21st, and I'm looking very forward to it.
Well, Chad talked about the food and entertainment and everything else. Talk about some of the other things that are going to be out there.
Well, for sure, we're going to have rides, which, I mean, we all understand that's a big attraction. But we have games, rides, a couple things that we've introduced, and we're actually going to have 2 events that are going to draw some attention. We really do hope, where we're going to have a basketball shoot that's going to actually pay out $10,000. To one lucky individual who's going to get their chance at that prize. And we're actually going to have a football throw that does the exact same thing. It's going to pay out a $10,000 payout. So the way that's going to work is you can play the events at the actual festival, and if you happen to generate that opportunity, your name will go into a raffle to be pulled at 9 o'clock at night during the festival, and you're going to get an opportunity to win $10,000. So it's pretty unique. I mean, I growing up going to festivals, I can't ever remember anyone doing that.
No, I remember at the Vanderbilt Fair years ago, they had a basketball shoot. It was like a 35 or 40-foot shot, and if you made it, you qualified for a final later, but not for $10,000.
That's exactly right. I mean, so we're trying to bring a lot of unique things to this festival, because let's face it, we want it to be unique. We want it to be our own. We want it to be for our parish and our parishioners, and we put a lot of hard work into it. So we only get one shot to make a first impression, and we want to do it.
Before we went on air, y'all also had mentioned something about arts and crafts.
That is correct. We decided that there's, not everybody wants to come and sit down and listen to bands. Not everybody wants to come and play games, but we wanted to try to offer something that everyone can come out and see. So we offer offering spots for our arts and craft booths, similar to other events that take place here in Terrebonne Parish, where people can come with their local crafts and their local skills and present them things to the people, and it just brings that one more thing to our festival that's unique, and but yeah, we're going to have a lot of different things like that throughout our whole festival. A lot of good things.
The school, we're in charge of a couple things, drinks, but we're also going to do a cakewalk, which is a huge event at our Oktoberfest that we do every year at school. So each hour, someone is going to be able to win a cake, a delicious cake, which Doesn't seem like a big deal, but I tell you what, those cakes go
Very quick.
very quickly at school when we do our Oktoberfest. So we'll have that day. And also our Disney raffle. The school is doing our Disney raffle right now. And that drawing will be done at 10 o'clock that evening.
Okay,
So-
for those people interested in that, talk a little bit about that raffle. How much are the tickets and what's the prize?
So tickets are $10 a piece. The school is currently selling them. If you'd like tickets, you can
Okay.
call the school or contact any student or family from the school. The prize is an $8,000 trip. So it could either be a land trip at Disney World. I think you can also do a cruise or maybe a combination of both, but the prize total will be worth $8,000.
That's terrific.
So, and tickets are $10 a piece, so that's currently going on right now, and that winner will be announced 10 p.m. on festival.
Chad, how important is it, the fact that you are from down the bayou and experience line up in the bayou? How many people, or have you tapped into some of the old resources from down there to get some ideas?
Absolutely. Generations of my family were involved in Lanyap. My great-great-grandmother was one of the original Lanyap singers that sang with Monsignor Brunet. My grandfather worked at the bank for many years, and he ran the bank at Lanyap. My parents were involved in the booths. So it's definitely a long lineage for me to be involved with Lanyap, and it's one of those things where people would come together and take ownership and pride in the festival and in the parish, because we did have an international audience there. So I definitely did tap into a lot of those resources and kind of seeing what we can do here and there, taking some of the recipes from the Lanyap festival and some of the pointers, that my family was able to give me.
That's terrific. Father Joey, before we let y'all go, talk a little bit in closing about the importance of this to the school and the parish, not only monetarily, but as you so eloquently talked about, as far as the community.
Well, we have one of the most diverse Catholic schools in the area. We have a great mixture of people, different economic groups, different family backgrounds, and that kind of thing. We've got Ms. Davis and our faculty and administration. They're wonderful people. Our kids have a great environment to live and work in. Chad and Guy have their kids there. And they're just a wonderful group of kids. It's a good environment. But once again, our church and our school are separate by a couple of miles. And this is an opportunity for us to work together. Our church parish supports the school. And the school has been hosting the ministries at masses, the Sunday masses as well. And it gives our kids the opportunity to show what they're learning. And I love the way our kids participate in our church services. I love the way they feel comfortable in speaking in public. And I had the opportunity one time, I've got several times, to watch the transition of pre-K3, pre-K4, kindergartens, and our 7th grade graduation in the same week. And one of the things that I appreciate about what our school does, it provides them with a solid foundation of how to cooperate, how to listen, how to accept certain instructions. By kindergarten, I was surprised our teacher, Miss Denise, actually teaches them some French and some German. And this past Christmas, they sang in several different languages. But anyway, we have a great community representation at our school, and I'd like to support that as well.
And it sounds like, and it also, that's a great base for what y'all are trying to do to get everybody involved
Yes.
as well. Guy, Chad, Father Joey, Emily, thank y'all very much, and best of luck with the festival. That is the Bonne Terre Festival for Maria Imaccolata, coming up April 21st from 8 in the morning to 11 at night. Food, entertainment, a Disney raffle, all kind of stuff. Great entertainment, arts and crafts. Go out there and support Maria Imaccolata. We'll take a break. TGMC's To Your Health is right after this.